मौज में रहो, be happy. Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When the words do not carry any meaning, those words are known as noise. Like suppose somebody comes and talks to us in Chinese. They will be talking a sense, but we don't understand the meaning. So it becomes a noise for us. In the same manner, we hear and we talk so many things. God, God's grace, Om Namah Shivaya, Aham Brahmasmi. Now what is the meaning of that? See? And when our words do not carry the inherent meaning in them, then it is only a noise. And by noise we get tired. We are not benefited. And therefore we all have come to this experience. When some people talk, we are benefited. When some people talk, there is no benefit. Now what is the difference? Difference is, when the words carry the meaning, then it has an impact on the listener. See? I'll give an example. This happened many years before in England, Heathrow Airport. So many those days, before 9/11, there was not much problem. No security, not too many things. They could put my bag right inside the flight on the right place. Now you cannot. So many people came to see me and talking and all that, and ultimately I came and sat inside the flight. So I normally sit near the window, so I can take out myself quickly. So there was one old couple sitting next to me, the lady in the center and a man at the end, and Britishers. And that lady asked me, "Hey, what do you do? So many people came to leave you. What do you do?" I say, "I love." When I said I love, that old lady, she started crying. She held my hand. "You love?" I said, "Any objection?" See? How can you so casually say that you love? See, friends, the important thing in life is we must understand the meaning of the words. And for that purpose, we should never study the scriptures on our own. See, the knowledge is printed in the books. The book is inert. The printed material is also inert. So we have to lift it from the book, bring it to our brain. After it goes in the brain, then we have to interact with it. And after it is interacted properly, then the gist, the meaning of those words can happen. And when the meaning of the word happens, then that meaning percolates from the brain to the heart. And when that meaning happens in the heart, experience takes place. These are the stages. See? And therefore, we have to clearly understand basic thing. Do not imagine that we can take a book in the hand, put our leg on the table, left hand Gita, right hand cup of tea. Let me see what he said. Oh, why they speak in Sanskrit? Why not in English? Nothing will happen. And therefore, the theme of our retreat is Satsang. Satsanga is Tadvijnanartham Gurumeva Vigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. We should go to Satsanga, and to whom two qualities are given, Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. The one who is well read according to the tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara, and one who is living that knowledge. In other words, if anybody has to do anything in this world, he will not tell us the truth, he will use us. See? For example, suppose somebody has to start a hospital. Now tell me, which society has asked anybody, hey, you please start a hospital for us? Nobody. It is our own desire. And then when I want to do that, again desire has come. When I want to do that, but I don't have money, then what will I do? I will invest my knowledge to see that how much more I can gather, and then I want to fulfill my desire of having hospital in my name. Therefore, one should be very clear that studies cannot be done, should not be done by one's own whim and fancy. You have to go to the teacher, and that place is called Satsanga. So, Satsangatve Nissangatvam. Now you all have come here. During this period of maybe one day, you are totally withdrawn from the world. Satsangatve Nissangatvam. Nissangatve Nirmohatvam. Then all our wrong notions will be hammered. The beauty of study of scriptures and Vedanta is wrong notions are removed without creating new notions. See? You go to any other path except Satsanga. There wrong notions are replaced by another wrong notions. For example, you go to yoga. So, what we say, see, before coming to yoga, I was, waking up very late in the morning, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But since I started yoga, now I wake up early morning at 9:45. So that I is still there. Earlier, I used to eat every day non-vegetarian. Now, I eat only alternate days. Holier than thou. Friends, notional life has to be corrected by proper understanding. We all are leading a notional life. We have notions about ourselves. We have notion about the world. We have notions about God. And we have notions about the spiritual practice. These wrong notions must be corrected without creating new notions. This is what happens in the satsang. And therefore, we are having this satsang. Now, what is to be learnt here? If we see, the total life can be defined in terms of three factors. One is the inert matter. Second thing is the interaction with the matter, kriya. And third is the knowledge. Other than these three things, matter, activity and knowledge, there is nothing beyond this. This is the whole world is. Now see, this matter we have no control. Earth will keep on moving, water will flow, go on flowing downwards, fire will keep on burning. We have no control. This is what matter is. Now where do we have control? We have control in activity. But that control, is it born out of wisdom and understanding or by wrong notions? So the criminals, the terrorists, they are also active. And saints and sages, they are also active. What is the difference? Whether the activity is guided by wisdom or the activity is guided by wrong notions. And therefore, activities must be guided by wisdom. And this wisdom is the one what we gain in the satsang. See? And this wisdom is what? It is like this. Law of gravity is attributed to Newton, as if before him there was no. So it is attributed to Newton. So is it applicable only to the Britishers? I am a South African, I don't believe in Britishers. I will not follow the law of gravity. Then what will you do? I will go on the 20th floor and peep out. Welcome. See, therefore, the real knowledge is that one which doesn't divide anything. That which divides is ignorance. That which unites is knowledge. That is wisdom. See? And this is what the vision, understanding comes into play. Once I was having a group of children in front of me, and I was thinking, what will I talk to them? So I started, I said, hey, we'll play something. I'll ask you a question, please reply one by one. Then I asked, tell me, what are the differences among all of us? You tell, one child said, there are some girls, there are some boys, difference. You tell, oh, some are tall, some are short. You tell, some are fat, some are thin. You tell, some are young, some are old. There is no limit to see the differences. I said, enough. Now tell, what is a common factor in all of us? Everybody quiet. And there was one child, totally indifferent. I say, you tell. He said, we are all suffering because of you. Common factor. See? To see a common thing, you have to go beyond the specific things. Be very attentive. See? How many fingers? 5. Now, what is your perception? Are you seeing the 5 fingers or something more? You are seeing something more than the 5 fingers. But you are not aware. If I tell you, you say, yes. These fingers are 5 only because in between them there is space. So unless you are observing the space, these fingers cannot be 5, is it not? You are observing it, but did you notice it? See, friends, now be very attentive, we will go deeper. We are not surface swimmers. Go deeper. Presence of finger is followed by absence of finger. Presence of finger followed by absence of finger. Presence followed by absence. Existence followed by absence. Existence followed by absence. So what is our knowledge? What we are experiencing? Both. Presence and absence, is it not? Both are seen, experienced by us. Now apply subsequently to yourself. Joy we experience. Absence of joy also we experience. Presence we experience. Absence also we experience. Then who are we? We are beyond the presence and absence. Fingers, presence is known by me, yes. Absence is known by me. So who are you? You are someone other than the presence and absence. Now apply it to yourself. Do we have any one of us experience that I am absent? You can never experience that you are not. Be very attentive. We can never experience that I am not. If I am not experience is not possible, is it necessary to say that I am? Net result, we remain quiet. But this quietness is not against the sound. See, sound we illuminate, sounds we know, silence we know. So who are we? We are beyond sound and silence. But the problem is, sound is against the silence, silence is against the sound. We are not against anything. So what should be our approach to life? We have no friends, no enemies. No near dear and no other. We remain at peace and at home with everyone. But we don't get entangled in with anything or anybody. This is our natural state. And to come to this, we get sufficient data in the Satsang. So, three factors: matter, activity and knowledge or wisdom. Three of them. See. Now, out of these three, we have no control over matter. It is like this, you can't do anything. Now, we can control the matter with wisdom or without wisdom. If we create without wisdom, we will destroy the nature. And today, what is happening throughout the world? All the problems. Because we have not used the wisdom. And on the contrary, if we use the wisdom, then this matter will be an asset and not a liability. If this is the outside, the same thing is inside. So three parts. Now from totality we are coming to individuality. Our body, gross body is matter. Be very attentive. We do not experience anything by the body. All experiences happen in the mind. Have we ever thought about it? See? Again, the principle of learning. This we might have heard 100 times, but we have not learned. How I have learned, I'll tell you. It's my very vivid experience. Once I had something wrong with my big toe. And like a strawberry, something was growing there on the tip, a red one, small one. So one friend came, did namaskar, and he says, Swamiji, what is this growing on your toe? I said, it is a wisdom toe. See, ignorant people have wisdom tooth. So I got a wisdom toe. He said, this is not a matter of joke. It is serious. It may grow and it will trouble you. I said, then what do I do? You have to remove that. I said, okay, I will go to the doctor, remove it. He said, no, I am a doctor, I can do. I said, okay, go ahead. I went to his surgery, sat like this on the chair and put my leg on the stool. He gave local anesthesia. And after 10-15 minutes, he took a rubber hammer and hit there. How do you feel? I said, I am feeling emotional. You are taking so much care. No, not that. There, what do you feel? Where? That means I had no sensation in that part. He said, now you can observe the operation. He took the scalpel and cut next to that growth, deep, and put the scalpel and took it out like we take out the ice cream by scoop. He took it out. He said, you are lucky, everything has come out, no roots are remaining inside. I am so happy. I said, very good. And then the blood was coming, and then he took the needle and thing and started suturing. Everything was done. When that was happening and I was observing, I thought, I am a great yogi. Nothing is happening to me, although they are cutting my foot. Aha! I was so proud of myself for 15 minutes. After that, again the pain started. Now be attentive. When that local anesthesia was operating, that time my toe was in meditation. Nothing happened. How long? Till the mind enters that area. Therefore, that day I sincerely discovered all experiences happen only to the mind, not to the body. See how important it is. That which doesn't enter in our mind doesn't exist for us. See, every moment you can learn. Once I was having lunch or dinner somewhere, and one child was sitting next to me also. So while taking food, one rice landed on my beard. And I can't see my beard. I can see somebody else's, not mine. So that child said, Swamiji, there is something rubbish on your beard. I said, slowly take it out, don't pull, it is not a wig, it is original. So she took out and showed me. I said, show what is the dirt? He said, rice, it is not a dirt. Do you think I am eating dirt or what? No, Swamiji, it is not. She could not answer. And in that, one hair was sacrificed and it landed in the food. Then again, oh Swamiji, there is a dirt there also. I said, you are a dirty girl, sitting everywhere dirt. Now be attentive. In the beard, other than the beard, everything is dirt, is it not? In the food, other than the food, everything is dirt. See how simple it is? See? In the mind, other than the mind, anything else is dirt. What is mind? Mind is knowledge. Consciousness is knowledge. What is the difference between these two knowledges? Knowledge with dirt is called as mind. Knowledge without dirt is called as consciousness. And what is the dirt? Dirt is the sense of otherness. See? And wherever there is a sense of otherness, samsara begins. Therefore, Are we living as mind or we are living as consciousness? Unless we understand this depth about the mind, we will not be able to work on it. And for that, first of all, mind must be under our control. Then we can understand about the mind. See? One day, one elderly gentleman asked me this question. Swamiji, please don't mind. I say, I have no mind. You say anything. As you don't listen to me, I don't listen to you. Talk. He said, no, in your satsang, you had too many light and laughter and all that. In satsanga, you should be sincere and serious. I said, okay. These are the principles we practice in life. With old people, never argue. Anything they say yes immediately. In next moment, they forget about it. If you argue with them, they'll eat your head. See? We have these funny notions. Now see how it happens. Wherever there is a sense of otherness and where there is no sense of otherness, what is the difference? When I see this object is other than me, how the knowledge takes place in the mind? This is an object, number one. I know this is an object, number two. And third, I am not the object. This is simple. This is the donkey. I know this is a donkey. Am I a donkey? No, I am not the donkey. So that knowledge where the sense of otherness is prominent, that knowledge is called as mind. See, Upanishad says, Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. Wherever there is a sense of otherness, three things happen. One, desire. Second, anger. Third, fear. See? There was a group of youngsters going somewhere for hiking in the mountains. And one lazy among them, like me, he was lingering behind. And it became dark. And now he can't see anything. He didn't have proper compass also. Now what to do? All people have gone ahead. So he took out his, tent and fixed it and sat inside. And he was so tired, in no time he slept and started snoring. Krrr, krrr. And in that forest, there was a tiger. He came with the smell of the human being to eat. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanava. When that tiger came, the man or the boy who was sleeping, he didn't know because he was sleeping. So he was not afraid. But because this boy was snoring away, krrr, krrr, the tiger was afraid and he ran away. Wherever there is a sense of otherness, fear is bound to be, is it not? So that knowledge which creates desire, anger and fear, that knowledge is at the mind level. Or that is the mind. Now the same mind, we have to educate. And when we educate the mind, then we are taught we are all one. See? How we are all one? I am taking you deeper and deeper. Be very attentive. It's very simple. What is our present understanding? Our present understanding is life is inside, life is not outside. Life is breathing. But what is the truth? The truth is external air and internal air. When they are connected, then only the life is possible. If internal air and external air, if they are not connected, life is not possible. Now, take another example. This is called as the hall space. Space is in the hall. Outside also there is a space. So what is the truth? The truth is, the space is in the hall or the hall is in the space? Think. Now apply the same thing. Whether the air is inside or the body is in the air. Next step. This object, if it is not included in the mind, it doesn't exist for me. Now one quick experiment. You are seeing me. I can't say you are hearing me, but I can say always you are seeing me. Now tell me where the knowledge is happening. Whether you are seeing me where I am or you are seeing me inside you. We don't think such funny things, we don't know. See friends, the truth is, the same mind which is outside enveloping the objects, the same mind is inside where the knowledge is happening. Therefore, like the hall is in the space, in the same manner, the body is in the air, and the body and the air, they are in the mind. So everything is in the mind. See, and therefore, what is most important is our mind must be perfect and pure and cheerful. We all take care of our body. See, organic food. I have never understood till date what is the meaning of organic food. Is there is inorganic food? Food is always organic. But this is how the gimmick of selling, and it comes from America. Americans are crazy. The whole world follow them. See? So, organic food, then we want to do exercise, and we want to go in the morning running, to reach where? To come back. What for? Because we are working on the body. Now be attentive. So we are working by the body as well as we are working on the body. Working by the body is what? We do some job and this and that, earn our bread and butter. That is working by the body. Working on the body, we do exercise, we give good food, we take care, we take bath once in a while. See? That is working on the body. Be attentive. What we have done to work on the mind? We are all working only by the mind. Working by the mind is commentary on everything in this world. And if you are Indian, Indians are expert in somebody else's job. See? Constantly commenting. Therefore, one of our Mahamantra is, Dekho suno mat bolo. He or she, don't talk. So we have to start working on the mind. Work on the mind. See friends, now how to work on the mind? I will not tell you very difficult things. Do pranayam and then do anulom vilom and then we forget where from we have taken the air in, where it doesn't go out. I always get confused, We start from here or here, where it's gone. Don't get lost in that. Working on the mind is very simple. See? Mind is unmanifest speech. Speech is manifest mind. Again I am repeating it. Speech is manifest mind, and mind is unmanifest speech. Try to think in your mind without using any word. Can you think? You cannot. See? Mind and speech. Mind is the cause, speech is the effect. Words are specific, mind is non-specific. The mind of a person is known by what he talks. See? So if we have to work on the mind, what will be the first step? First step will be, I'll tell you two steps, two ways. Number one, give it a try right away. Do not talk to yourself. Stop. Now add one more thing. Do not talk to yourself and listen to silence. Stop. Let us analyze. First thing, when I said don't talk to yourself, did I tell you don't talk among yourselves? I didn't tell you. Yet you didn't talk. Because when we are uncomfortable with ourselves, we want somebody's company. Work on this. Then we are working on the mind. Like to keep the body healthy, we have to work on the body. In the same manner, to keep the mind healthy, work on the mind. We talk maximum to ourselves in life. See, one of my hobby is this. Most of the places throughout the world I move alone, except here, he doesn't leave me. See, I move around alone. So it's a great fun. You simply sit anywhere and watch the people. If somebody is alone, what he is doing? He is constantly talking to himself. See? And this is how our mind does not allow us to be at peace. So Satsanga tells you this simple technique. Stop talking to yourself. Others you talk. But many people have this wrong understanding. Maunam or silence is not talking to others. That is wrong. Bhagavad Gita distinctly tells, Mana prasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha. Mauna, the silence, is the discipline of the mind. It is not the discipline of the speech. With others do talk when required. See? But this is how it happens. Many places you go and see. One of my experience in Haridwar. I was going with my friend in the rickshaw and he told Swamiji, in this ashram there is one big Mahatma. Shall we go and take darshan? I said, let's go. So we went there. And there was a secretary. So the secretary said, no, Maharaji is not available. He is observing Maunam. I said, all right, don't scold. We go back. So we went going. Again he came in. Wait. Maharaji has called you. I said, how can he call? He is in Maunam. Don't argue. I said, okay. And then I told my friend, hey, let's go. No, he cannot go, only you can go. I said, okay, enjoy. I am going for a sacrifice. So I went there. And he was a big Mahatma, big chair like that, sitting. Huge thing, everything. I am a plastic brand, so plastic chair was given. Then he took his paper and pen. He had a normal, beautiful choti diary. He wrote, what's your name? I wrote down. Then again he wrote, where are you staying here? So I wrote, I am staying such a place. Where are you from? I wrote, where I am from. Then I realized, come on, I can talk. Why I am not talking? His Maunam, mine is not Maunam. And when I realized that, I started laughing to myself. When I laughed, he also realized. He also started laughing. Then I asked him a question. Laughing is allowed in Maunam? Is laughing allowed in silence? Friends, if it is necessary, talk to others. But it is not necessary to talk to yourself. Give it a try. You will never waste your energy unnecessarily. See, to understand why we are not able to remain cheerful and happy all through is because of this. Physical work, 8 hours of physical work, energy consumption, suppose is X. 1 hour of talking, energy consumption is 10 multiplied by X. So much energy goes in talking because there is subtle energy. And much more subtle energy is required when you think. And how much wastage of energy is being done. And therefore, we are always, tired. You ask the many old people, hey, how is life? Alive somehow. Then die. See? These kind of frustrated people, only because they have not worked on their mind. My friends, most important and effective spiritual practice is work on your mind. And to begin to work on is start this. Do not talk to yourself. One of the most potent spiritual practice. It is okay for you to say, but it is not possible. What to do? I give you a technique for that. The technique is chant the Lord's name. Be attentive. There are 2 types of thoughts. One type of thought is which is complete in itself. Second type of thought is incomplete in itself. Incomplete thought breeds the next thought. Complete thought doesn't breed the next thought. For example, I want a cup of tea. Thought. Where it will be available? Second thought. Should I go to the kitchen? Third thought. But I don't know where is what? Fourth thought. But why don't they keep the things here only? Fifth thought. So one thought is breeding the next thought, is it not? Wherever thought breeding happens, a thought flow is formed. And we are carried away by the flow of thoughts, not by the thoughts. See, if you go to any river Ganges, take bath, enjoy. But when the same Ganges are in floods, then it is a flow of thought that carries you, not the water. Thoughts are not a problem. Flow of thought is a problem. Arrest this flow of thought. So let one thought not breed the next thought. And it can happen only when that thought is complete in itself. What is the complete thought? Lord's name, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Complete. The moment you feel second thought is likely to come, again fire. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Because Lord's name is complete in itself. It is something like your day-to-day experiences. When the road is beautiful, straight, no disturbance of any kind, then you are driving, after some time, lullaby. So to help ourselves, what these people do, they have speed breakers in between. Exactly in this flow of thoughts, have this Lord's name as a speed breaker. Keep on chanting. My friends, give it a try. You will have no complaints about the mind. What I am telling you is not from the books. Okay? In our day-to-day life it happens. So what is important is, instead of complaining about the mind, start working on the mind. And to work on the mind, we must know what is the functioning of the mind. And the function of the mind is that knowledge where objectivity is predominant is mind. And that knowledge where objectivity is absent is consciousness. Like that where shape is there, it is ice. When there is shapeless ice, is called as water. Water is comfortable in every pot. Ice cubes want special status. Exactly the same way. The real spiritual practice is, we don't become extraordinary. Remain ordinary. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. Relax, relax. See? The net result is, our mind is at peace. But not sleepy. Sleepy mind can't achieve anything. Three qualities of such a mind happen. The mind is quiet, the mind is alert, and the mind is vigilant. Alert, aware of all that is happening around. Nobody can just come and take us for a ride. No. Alert. And vigilant. When we are interacting with the world, are we polluting our mind, or is our mind protected or not? Protection of the mind from the desires. Three things: quiet, alert, and vigilant mind. When this quality of the mind is consciously maintained, then you will see, we see beyond the obvious. See, like Newton saw the apple falling and he discovered the law of gravity. If I were there, I would have picked up and gross. We can't go beyond it. See, friends, therefore, although we are living by the body, but real life is lived by the mind. So as we are taking care of our body and we work by the body, in the same manner, we have to work by the mind as well as we have to work on the mind. Now what is working by the mind? Working by the mind is default settings. See? Initially when we learn driving a car with a shift stick, then we are not able to understand that we have to change the gear that time. Then the machine starts coughing. Then the driver, guru tells us, come on, change the gear. And then but once we are in tune with the engine, then by default it happens. We don't have to think about it. Exactly the same way. We are all leading a default life. What is a default life? Anything we see, anything we hear, we have comments. Default. Therefore, one of our mantra is, who asked you? See? This who asked you mantra, you know where I got this mantra? You are all my guru. I have learned from every one of you. See? This mantra I got in Badrinath many years before. Many years before. Must be about 40, 50 years before. I did my darshan in the morning at 4 o'clock and came, and there was an old Amma. I used to spend time with her. So one day I was in a lazy mode and I said, Amma, I had decided no more lectures. So she started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? Is it a joke or what? She said, no, I am laughing because whose question you are answering? Who asked you? Did Narayana ask you whether you want to give talk or not? No. Did I ask you whether you want to give talk or not? No. Whose question you are asking? Who asked you? That day I discovered this Mahamantra. 99% cases we talk to others when they have never asked anything about us. I was there, I was here, I had done that. Oh, who asked you? You can instantaneously arrest your blabbering. See, observe this day-to-day life. Now we are in a group here. Suppose this girl starts telling, I went for that camp and it happened there. Do you think he will keep quiet? I also went to, but who asked you? See, my friends, this Mahamantra which I played, don't take it lightly. It is the crux of all the spiritual knowledge. Normally, mantras, what we understand, mantra means it should be in Sanskrit. See? And that we don't understand. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiyo Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyamamritat. What you understood? Now, life is a time pass, understood? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? How does it matter? How simple it becomes. See, friends, therefore, the crux of all our talk so far has been only one. We are all working only by the mind. Now we have to start working on the mind. Throughout the world, yoga is misunderstood as twisting the body. Yoga is straightening the mind, not twisting the body. You go to so many yoga institutions, when they have got their annual function, etc., then all those young students, They will be coming on the stage and they will be doing the yogasanas. Somebody twisting the body this way, that way, and then clapping. It is a circus. That is not yoga. But that becomes our understanding. Therefore, the real spiritual practice begins in our life when we start working on the mind. See, I don't mean that you should not do that. You do that, but that is not all. There was one old couple, and the wife was always interested in making new experiments on food. And that poor fellow has to suffer every time. One day she made a nice laying of the table, candlelight dinner, and all beautiful crockery and everything perfectly well. And then she called, "Honey, dinner is ready." Honey came sticky, sticky. I never understood, when they call somebody honey, it must be feeling it sticky, sticky. I don't know what funny. English is the funniest language in the world. Do you know how it is English funniest language? P is silent in psychology, isn't it? L is silent in talk. K is silent in knife, isn't it? And who is silent in wife? Husband. How simple it is. So, this funny wife, she prepared everything and she called, "Honey, come for dinner. Today we are going to have a candlelight dinner." And he came as if a animal to be sacrificed. He came and he started looking at him. Then he was thinking of what to eat. Then she asked, "Honey, what is the best thing that you like today?" Again he saw. He said, "Candles." When on the dining table you like candles, that means the food is horrible, isn't it? Therefore, friends, focus your attention on something higher in life. And the highest is our mind. See, mind is everything. If we can mind our mind, we have learned the secret of spiritual life. And for that we are talking this. See, all the talk that we had till now, we are not labeled that you are a sinner. You are not labeled last life. You are not labeled next life. You are not labeled you will go to hell. See, once it happened in US, I was in a big mall outside, walking there in the parking lot. One gentleman came and he asked me, he said, "Are you Hindu?" I said, "Yes." "Do you believe in Jesus?" I said, "Yes, but not Jesus." Then, "Lord Jesus." Then how can you be Hindu? I said, "Two in one." When I said like this thing, he became angry. He said, "If you say like this thing, you will go to hell." I said, "What about you?" If you are going to heaven, I don't want to go there. Prefer to be in the hell. See, friends, hell and heaven, this is KG1, KG2 babies. You don't have to go to hell. Your mind is itself a hell. See? Friends, work on your mind. And for that, one technique is this. Before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, 99% cases, you will get a reply from within. No need. See? But then we have to say, it is something like, when we get vomition, we have to talk. See? Because that is how we have trained our mind. And mind expresses only as speech. Stop that, and you will see, slowly you will be at peace with yourself. A person who is at peace with himself, he is at peace with the whole world. A person who is at war with himself, he cannot be at peace with the world. One example. I was traveling in India from Howrah to Mumbai by train many years before. And there is one area, it's very hot, extremely hot. And through the forest we have to go, the train. Some accident happened, so this train stopped. No hotel, no restaurant, no nothing, only jungle. It was so hot. Water, no water. How much water you have bottle? Finish it. And therefore everybody was coming down of the car, train, walking here and there, again getting. So I also did the same thing. Again came back and sat in my seat. So there was one old man with his daughter. They were going for shopping for her marriage. So he asked me, what are you doing? I said, nothing. You do nothing? I said, no. Oh. Why this train is late? I said, I don't know. Are you not feeling bad? I said, no. On the contrary, I am happy. I have paid for 40 hours of train. Now I am using 60 hours of train. 20 hours free. He became so angry with me. He said, you are useless. I said, definitely I am useless. I had to get my daughter married. I said, I don't want to get married to her. He became so angry. Because he was inside boiling. See, friends, what cannot be cured must be endured is a pessimistic cry of English literature. What cannot be cured should not be endured, should be enjoyed. Convert the endurance into enjoyment is spiritual life. And it can happen only if you are at peace with yourself. Otherwise, everything we take so seriously, as if the whole world is on our head. See, friends, relax. With this understanding, when we lead our life, then we are really having satsanga in life. See, all these things, whatever we discussed so far, don't ask me the reference book. It is you. Everything comes from within. Don't have to go outside anywhere. And it can come only by one technique. Learn from every experience of your life. See? The day you take this as your spiritual practice, you will be at peace with yourself. See? When we learn from every experience of our life, with every additional experience, we grow wise. If we do not learn from the experiences of our life, we grow old and otherwise. Now you decide. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.